ready for our 2 o'clock Central European time of the start of our webinar. And there we are. It is turned at 2 o'clock Central European time. I appreciate everyone's on slightly different timelines. It's 1 o'clock in the UK where I'm based, and it's a very, very warm welcome to the first of our webinar, the AIMS RunVibes. This is the future of the marathon, an AIMS global initiative. At the heart of the Association of International Marathons and Distance Races, AIMS lies as a commitment to fostering the sport and exchanging the expertise and moves us forward, and the global landscape of road racing that is shifting constantly. We're excited in announcing this new initiative dedicated to navigating these changes and bringing different voices together. So again, it's welcome to our first webinar, hopefully our first webinar of many. A little bit of introduction to myself. I've been entrusted to navigate and talk us through each of our subjects with our fantastic guest panel each time we come onto these webinars. My name's James Thie. I myself have been running 37 years. I started running at school and then found my local club. I was very lucky enough to navigate to an international career that took me to World, Commonwealth, and Commonwealth Games finals over the 1500 meters. Myself, I've been in marketing. I've worked for a national governing body in Welsh athletics in competitions. So I know the other side of the coin. Also a current coach, and I've coached for Great Britain on Olympic and World Championship teams. And I still myself run. I won a few Masters titles for GB a couple of weeks ago. And I ran my marathon personal best, just to add it in there, the 2024 TCS New York City Marathon. I'm very proud of my fifth in my age group in the Master 45 with my 2:38 marathon clocking. And I ran another marathon a little bit slower in Marathon Erie in October. So very much a lover of the marathon, very much a lover of this fantastic sport. And I know we've got a panel that share my love of the sport. I'll give a quick introduction to them, and they will give more of an introduction to themselves when they do come on to speak. We've got the superb Paco Borra, who is the president of AIMS since 2010. I've been lucky enough to see his work. I also do some race commentary, and I've been out to the Valencia Half and the superb Valencia Marathon that just seems to go from strength to strength. So Paco is one of our fantastic speakers today. Rut Jawaharlal is a board member of AIMS, president of the Thai Mass Participation Sports Association. He's going to share some insights in global trends, sponsorship dynamics, and the future and sustainability of race events. Martha Morales is the vice president of AIMS since 2010, a board member since 2006, a lawyer by trade and an expert and consultant in sport and health. And then we've got Rashid Ben Mazin, who's been a board member for a number of years, described as a powerhouse in global sports marketing and elite athlete management, with over 30 years of experience and a track record of managing over 50 international events. And I think someone said before we came on the call, there's over 125 years of experience with our guest speakers. So we will get some great insights, some great understanding. Little bit of housekeeping to those out there in relation to being able to ask questions to our guest speakers. There is the chat function on your YouTube that you can put anything, questions whilst our speakers are speaking. We will have at the end of kind of 4 main topics, an open forum, so you can even add questions during the open questions as well. So either during or after, but there's a chance to ask some additional questions. If there's anything you want them to expand on further, then do so. And we will keep you updated, and I'll keep our speakers updated with any questions that come through to them. So gives us a great chance to kind of kick off today. And the first topic that we're looking at is this area around the strategic vision and global impact of the sport. The global marathon movement has expanded dramatically over the last decade, with participation across all continents, and communities emerging in Asia, Africa, Latin America. This evolving ecosystem aims to play such an important role in maintaining the credibility, the standards, the global cooperation of that underpin distance running. So my first question is going to be to Paco, is around how would you define the core mission of AIMS today? How's it evolved over the last decade? And just give a little bit more insight into our current president of AIMS. Welcome, Paco.
Thank you very much, James. And allow me to thank you for the job having been done, and thanks to our AIMS team, let's say headed by Rajesh on this task. And as our rules say, I mean, we are promoting all the let's say the running activities, because as we will see along these say talks and exchanges we'll have through these webinars, this is one of the major sportive, human, social, and I would say safety and healthy activities in the world. Okay, so we AIMS want, and were created to give all the technical and social support to the organization worldwide. And on that task, we set up a way to have the reliability of the marathon distance, which is 42 kilometers, 195 meters, as were measured at the first Olympic Games in Athens. So we set up the technical area, and then we try to, as our articles say, to promote the activities of running all around the world. And at this point in time, by the time being, I think that some people are trying, let's say, to fight each other. We try to keep together each other on the friendship area.
How important, Paco, is the role that AIMS plays in maintaining technical credibility in our fast-moving sport?
Well, first of all, we have a very good relationship with World Athletics. As everybody knows, I mean, World Athletics is the formal worldwide authority within the let's say the sport of athletics. Specifically speaking, as I said before, AIMS, we came in to promote the marathon race specifically by becoming not only a race which was held due to history only every 4 years at the Olympic Games, but we wanted, let's say, some experiences. As an example, New York City was one of them. I mean, doing what we call a popular marathon. So we wanted to give to the marathon the importance and the level, the high level he has among the athletics world. And so we set up an association, and this is what we still are. And because of that, we set up the technical way. We found out the technical way to measure that the marathon race is at least 42,195 meters, and that was thanks to the way we are measuring the races today. And we set up what we call the certified race. We give us the best practices, I mean, to run and held this kind of marathon within organizations which were, most of them, not related, not integrated in the athletics federations. And this is how, very popular way, we created the honor and the pride of being marathon runners all around the world. And well, uh, as any sport, philosophy of a sport is fairness and transparency, and this is what we try to set up and to learn. We learn, so we teach to everybody organizing a marathon to do it within these rules.
And Paco, you've obviously got so much experience and longevity in the sport. Did you ever think it would grow to the size it is right now with its popularity? But with that, what is the biggest challenge that the sport faces right now?
Well, let's say we have many challenges. And then it is because as we want to be, and we are a worldwide organization, as everybody knows, the world is not something, let's say, balanced. There is a lot of different worlds within the world, and so by having this organization doing what we do, the congresses, the courses, the learnings, the teaching, etc., what we want is precisely to let's say an international sport based upon rules, and then giving what is one of the most important ways to promote the sport. Any sport is the challenge, is I would say the willingness to become a better person, a stronger person, say a more I would say human and friendly person. And this is one of the items which is our most important teaching area, is the fairness, the friendship, and the reliability we have by doing the sport of the marathon.
And lastly, how important to you is having such a strong number of board members and those on the AIMS committee to the success of AIMS?
Well, if you see how we have our board is a very, I would say, clear and very good image of the overall world of the marathon. We have people from all continents. We have people of different ages, different, I would say, even philosophies, etc. And then all of them tied and together, well, because of the key elements I talked about before: friendship, reliability, and healthy. This is the most important thing. Those are the three things which are the same for everybody in the world. We are not talking about religions. We are not talking about politics. We are not talking about customs. Every country, as I said, the world is very different. But at least those three basics ideas are the link all of us we have in order to allow the possibility, a very nice, a very cheap, a very easy activity of running. Because running you do whenever you like, wherever you like, with whoever you want, and it's always the same result from the same let's say work done by yourself.
Thank you so much, Paco. Some really great insights into AIMS, and your passion for the sport just comes across every time I hear you speak. So thank you so much. Great chance to kind of move on to one of the kind of rapidly growing areas of the sport, and an area that always is needing attention and discussions, and that's women's running and barriers. We've got Martha, who's going to be our guest speaker for this topic. In terms of context, women's participation in running has grown significantly worldwide last 2 decades. However, it's not always consistent, and participation remains uneven across regions, across cultural, for kind of safety, access barriers, and still limited opportunities for many women. But in that, recognizing that AIMS established the Women's Commission in 2019 to promote inclusion and increase women's participation globally. So welcome, Martha, to the first of our webinars. I hope this finds you well.
Hello, James. How are you? And I'm so happy to be here. I wish all the best to RunVibes, and I hope it stays forever and it gathers a lot of people that from all over the world to hear you, to hear all the voices that you're having are going to have all together. And thanks so much for this space to speak about women. That this is one of the best and the most important topics that AIMS has since a long, long time ago. As you have said, in 2019, we all the board of directors create the AIMS Women's Commission, and but before that, all the board was aware of the inequality that women were suffering around the world. So the first organization that stands and speak and scream for women was AIMS. It began with the demand of the same prices for women and men. So AIMS was the first organization for calling for this. So in our sport, this was a huge success, and a big something very, very important for the women's movement. So from that to another achievement that AIMS had was to have one of the first races in places where women were not allowed to run. So these kind of achievements from the organization lead us to build the AIMS Women Commission. So this commission gathers people from different parts of the world, as you were saying, but also men that have experience on organizing events among women. We have one of the members of the organization is the biggest women marathon in the world. So this is the kind of people that is working for women in AIDS. So we are here for the women, and we want to reach all the objectives that we settled from the beginning, to raise awareness, to create the biggest link of women that could improve their own events in order to increase the number of women participants in each event. As everybody knows, the population of women in the world is more than 50. So there is a lot of women that they are not running in the world. So this is one of our tasks, to improve, to foster more and more races, and to give them the equality and the space to feel free and to feel comfortable of being participating in events, and to also to coach all the races in order to exchange all the best practices in order to improve their own races, to increase the numbers, because we have seen that the numbers have been increasing in the different distances from 5K, 10K, 21K, but we are still in marathon very low. So of course, in the average of women participation around the world, but we have countries like the United States, or for example, in the Tallinn Marathon also, they have more than 50% of women running marathons. So what AIMS wants is to have more women running in the world, but also to encouraging governments and institutions in order to promote and to give the safe space for women to be participating and practicing the sports safely and freely.
Some really important points there. Obviously, to raise participation, it's important to recognize some of the barriers that face women's participation. What, in your experience, are kind of historical barriers or barriers, that still exist today?
Safety, it's one of the most important barriers in different parts of the world. We are in this century, and we are still having this harassment of women running alone in the streets. So there are countries in the world, like in Mexico and in India, in different parts of the world, that women cannot be running in shorts around the streets. So these kind of things are giving up the opportunity to take the advantage of encouraging the races or the organizers from these parts of the world, to give them the best practices that have been practicing, for example, in Spain, from the biggest races to the small races. We want everybody to experience and to exchange this information in order to improve, and also to make team with the organizers to encourage governments and to make awareness that women can and should be running together or alone around the streets without any risk.
And what's the responsibility of race organizers to help promote female participation? What can they do, and how can AIM support them in that way?
As AIMS create the AIMS Women Commission, we are taking all the best practices from the biggest and the smallest, as I said, best practices from these races. So we are preparing a platform in order to put all this information available for the organizers in order to consult how is Valencia doing with the teams of the women that are running in Valencia, for example. And you will have access to all this information, and also to promote tourism and to make these practices in your own country, and the expenses that you have available to make this the practice of running easier, and make it available for women in your area. So by giving this information and by preparing this best practices manual, we are going to build a big structure in order not only to exchange the information, but also to link women from the different organizations and races from the AIMS members, in order to appoint one woman that will be representing each event, in order to expose the problems, to ask for help, what can we do, and how can we link all the women organizers around the world, because also this is also a barrier that we have seen, that not so many women are leading the marathons or the races. So we want to help the women from the organizations in order to be exposed and to be known, and to make awareness around all the race directors, that to give the opportunity to women to to be or become race directors.
Yeah, some really important points there about the opportunities for women's leadership and support within that. Last questions about how important it is that we've seen some shoe brands create some initiatives to support women's running. How important are different initiatives and the way that the safety element, as you said already, can be supported within some of these initiatives.
This is really important because for making a huge campaign about awareness and to promote safety, and to make people to be aware that women are running in the streets, or they are running the marathons, or they are having the decision to begin to train for a marathon or for any race. We need the sponsors, and we need the exposure, and we need the social media, and we need all the channels of communication that exist in order to help us to promote this kind of publicity campaigns, in order to give the information and to make all the world aware, from children to the elder, in order to know that this is available for everybody. As just Paco said, that you don't need just one shoes to go out, and but let's give them the safety, all the environmental things, in order to go free and to begin to run. We need each other.
And the commission's been going 7 years. Where would you like to see it in another 7 years?
I hope to see I hope to see a lot of women running in the streets. First of all, because this is the one thing that I would love to see in the future, and I would love to see a lot of girls also participating in children races. and a lot of people registering for their marathons in their own countries, and to begin to train for harder and harder distances in order to transmit that to their families, and I will see a running world. That is what I would love to see. Everybody running everywhere.
Everybody running, Martha. I totally agree. And yeah,
Yeah,
I think this is
everybody.
a topic that we will come back to almost every webinar, because it's just so vital and so important to keep awareness and also share really good practices as well. And that's something that we need to do as a sport, is where we find success and where we can support and and promote running for everyone. So thank you so much. Rut
Thank
now
you,
is coming
James.
on. He's going to talk about the rapid growth and sustainability, a little bit of context in relation to distance running. Has had, well, to put it mildly, an extraordinary growth in Asia over the last decade. Cities across the region are hosting increasingly large amounts of races, marathons, attracting domestic, international runners. And obviously, whilst this growth is an enormous opportunity, it does always raise questions about quality, about safety, and about sustainability of our sport. So, Rut, how are you? How's things? Are you you're in Thailand right now, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Thailand, in Bangkok. We are around 8 p.m. and the weather is really warm and very good. Yeah.
Well, we've got the warmest day of the year in Wales in the UK right now, so probably not as warm as you, but the sun is shining. So I know you're super passionate, and it's such an exciting time for races and the growth of running in Asia. But obviously, it's about managing rapid expansion, and obviously, how is the role of AIMS in relation to balancing this growth in relation to areas such as kind of planning, infrastructure, and supporting these races?
Yes, first I would like to confirm about the rapid growth in Asia. When I saw in the map and saw in the each country population in Asia, let's look at the big picture. South Asia, East Asia, and Southeast Asia combine 50% of world population. Also, is so big in this kind of area. As our economy grow and quality of life improve, the marathon boom follows, just like we saw in the West decade ago. So right now, every city, every big city in Asia, we heard about a new marathon, a bigger marathon, a new technology, new sport tourism marathon, and everything like this. As of now, we are seeing a massive post-COVID jump. It's not only China and India that a big country. We can expect the growth, but when I travel a lot inside Southeast Asia, like last year I go a lot to visit the Malaysian event. Their event already passed the record-breaking participation before COVID already. So the second or third marathon, they have around 50,000 participation. So big in that country. Not only Malaysia, but when we visit Vietnam and Indonesia, we found the same things that echo what in Asia as of now. Not only this in Southeast Asia, when I go to Bangladesh and Nepal, and we see a new wave of runner and event emerging in that area also. As a member of AIMS, we must remember success is no longer just about the number of runners. Our strength is lie in our network. We are a community where we can call, email, or text to each other, let's director to exchange knowledge. Our core principle must remain firm. Safety and sustainability are the heart of a modern successful race. We need to build events that are high standard, safe, and good to our planet. I think these the core things that AIMS, especially AIMS member, should go together to this standard.
And why do you think we've had such a growth? What have been significant reasons for the growth? And yeah, will it continue to keep growing at the speed it has been?
Yes, if you see the Western style if people have more wealthy, have more time, they look for the longevity, and they think running, jogging is the easiest sport. So they come to run a lot. And the other things I saw in last 2 or 3 years about the run club. The run club not only in the developed country, but we can see the run club effect in almost every city in Asia. Like last year, I go to Kathmandu in Nepal. I seeing stylish young runner on the street, the same as in Bangkok. So where the club is they run like 50 runner all together in the beside the road in the Kathmandu. So very exciting to see this. And also in Bangkok, it's very popular. The biggest run club, we have around 5,000 running member run all together, like 1,000, 2,000. It's like a small event every weekend in the park. So these the things that come to make the Asian marathon boom. So on last week, I have one small event and I saw the demographic of the runner. So there are some runner in age group of 25 to 35 spike compared to other age groups. So this is to confirm that they are seeking to join our marathon and our event.
So is that kind of what you've seen change in terms of evolution? Is the age group that are running, the fact that it is kind of it's cool to be a runner right now, and also that, as you just mentioned, I think the rise of kind of social running groups and clubs. We've had a big boost and a big rise in numbers in the UK. Is the social element now really important for that kind of age group?
Yes, I think they come in the mass, and also they have the new requirement that we have to learn from them, because they grow with the social media and they grow up with all the technology. So I think we must change and bring the new technology like AI, robotic, and smart management to create the unique and seamless experience for those participations. And also, I think almost the new technology will happy all generation. Okay, we also need to deepen our collaboration with our host city to ensure long-term sustainability too. I think these are the most important things that the new gen they seeking the new experience, not only the event, but they would love the event that make their city, their country, their society better and better. So my final thought for my fellow AIMS member is this: the best learning shortcut is to visit each other. I think I happy to go to run in other country. I happy to go to join the conference and or forum. I think this is one of our strength that I encourage our member to join, like this webinar, or we will have our AIMS Congress next June. So I think this is the shortcut that we can learn from each other, and I think the more we meet each other, the more we can improve our event.
And my last question, you've kind of answered a little bit there in terms of the rise of technology, the importance of technology. What does future innovation look like for race deliverers and partners? And how might that change in the next few years as well?
So I think everybody right now we talk about the AI, the AI, how to bring the AI to our event. Like I think very soon we will bring the AI to our chat box because if we have the marathon event, we have a lot of questions come to the chat box. So AI can help us because we can see the duplicate of the question, the same type 10 or the same pattern of the question. So AI will come to help us. And I think we also have a lot of technology that can bring our event live to the social media. Okay, so my friend, my family, my club would like to see what is my pace as of now when I'm running in the marathon. Where is me in route map and what is my face at the kilometer of 35 as of now, something. I think this the technology is already there, and we just adapt and make it happen. I think this one should be, you can see in next year, next 2 year and 3 year, we will have something more lively, live event to the social.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think any race where we've been following someone that we've got an interest in, or family members, we want that information now, don't we? We're in a kind of culture where it's information instantaneously. It's that interlink with social media, and that's something also that we will pick up on over the next few webinars. And also, again, sharing good practice. And as you're absolutely right, AI is kind of changing landscape of how races may be advertised, how information's out there in our wider communities. So yeah, so some really interesting points there that again, and also be fascinating to hear obviously the continued growth, continued development, but also the important role that AIMS plays in making sure that sustainability can be maintained and hopefully grown, and we continue to enjoy the running boom. So with any pathway, there's different elements to it, and that gives us a nice kind of fitting into Rashid's going to look at the kind of elite pathway, the competitive balance that often races have. A little bit of context again of that is modern marathons operate obviously this intersection of elite sport, mass participation, commercial viability, while obviously elite athletes bring prestige, global attention. I was on commentary at the Barcelona Marathon on Sunday, and the second fastest of all time in the women's race obviously brings a lot of global attention, but obviously it's participation. They had over 32,000 runners. They're obviously what bring tourism into the cities, what get people obviously talking on their own social media forums, but obviously community engagement, financial sustainability, and the kind of balancing of these dimensions remains one of the key challenges of marathon organizations. I know something that AIMS is very, very passionate about. So welcome, Rashid. How are you?
Hey, hello, James. Hello, everyone, Mr. President, all my colleagues. You start too fast, my friend.
So in relation to obviously how AIMS balances this elite performance that you've got so much experience in with, but obviously with mass participation and the commercial element, how does AIMS, and what role does AIMS play within this?
Yeah, very, very important issue. Let's talk first about our first full member marathon in Africa and in the Arab world, that is Marathon Marrakesh. Marathon Marrakesh is actually the first and the fast marathon in Africa with a timing of 2:06. You are talking about Barcelona. We talk directly about the timing. Then we can see how important are elite athletes for the event. Let's start from the beginning, from Philippides, from the soldier. For me, that is the first elite athlete in the world. He was giving a positive message about the winning the war, and that starting already with one person, Philippides. Look now what happened actually in the global marathon movement. Every major marathon have a participant from more than 100 countries and thousands of people and a lot of economic impact, a lot of money, a lot of industry. That's why we come back about the combination. That is the ideal image. That is the prestige for each serious organizer to have both elite athlete program and mass participants. Why we need elite athlete programs? If you need the international media visibility, you need elite athlete team. If you need to show your sponsors that you are serious, you need your elite athlete team. And also to show the world that you have a transparency of contracts, because inviting an elite athlete team in a race, that's very serious work. Let's give your position actually on the international calendar. It's transparent contracts, it's doping control, and it's very important actually to show the world that we are very serious sport. And the most important also is inspiring the kids, inspiring the massa, inspiring the people of 120 kilo, inspiring our colleagues to run sub 3 hours. So for me, everyone is an elite, not only the top 10 of the top 15. When you ask one of the massa and he ran his best life performance in Valencia and he ran sub 4 hours, he's more happy than everyone in the world. And that gives a lot of power actually. That gives a lot of energy from inside. Then we come back directly about very serious issue in the sport, and that is actually the marathon diplomacy. In this issue of the marathon diplomacy, we can use our event, our marathons, to collaborate between the cities, between the organizers, between the friends, between the enemies. And this is a little bit, or not a little bit, this is actually the role of EMS. We are here without any political problems, we have without any religion. That's why EMS is important and open for everyone.
Some really important points there. I think I love that about, our sport is all relative. And everyone's performance, matters and counts. We are very lucky. We've got a sport where the mass participation, element can be on the same line. You can be on the same start line as an Olympic champion, a world champion. Other sports, you can't be on the same tennis court at the same time as, a Wimbledon champion necessarily. And the same goes for maybe driving Formula One. You're not going to be on the same circuit unless you've taken a wrong turn and ended up on the race circuit. In relation to the relationship between elites and mass participation, you've alluded to it in some key points there. How important is it for race organizers to keep the balance, Rashid?
Very, very, very important. Is first of all is a prestige. Why we organize events? To show the world that every city in the world has their own marathon, their own road race. We need to talk also about other races, not only marathons, because I can give a small example now. Everyone in the world is talking about marathons. In Africa, we still talk about road racing, because when you talk about the distance of 42 kilometers, it's still difficult. It's a competition issue. All the athletes, in our camps, in our groups, they are looking to the marathon as an Olympic game issue, a world championship issue. So actually now at this time, we have more short distance are becoming very popular, like the 10 kilometers, the half marathons are very, very important. To come back about the organizers, every serious organizer needs both. When you can do the combination actually between the massa of the group, big, large group, we cannot call them massa. I don't think it's very positive to call them massa. They are also big participants. And also this is the balance for the economic part of the race. Everybody, when you talk to him about elite athlete program, he starts talking about budget. We don't have enough money. But back in our mind, we need to use positively actually the elite athlete program to have more promotion, to have more visibility, and to have actually more inspiration for the groups. I think we need the elite athletes program in each race. Even smaller races, we can start always with 2 or 3 athletes. And everybody actually in the news, the day after the race, will talk only about the winner. Believe me, everybody forgets already number 2 of Barcelona. But number 1, we'll never forget. That is the real story. I can give a small example of Marrakesh, of Valencia, of Mexico Marathon. That's the marathon where I am close in collaboration with the 3 races. Mr. President can give the agreement that we start very small in 2009 in Valencia. I think he was not with us at this time, but we had, I think, 1,500 participants. Look at this time. It's very difficult to get a big number for Valencia or for New York. That is actually not the power only of the department of the elite athletes, but also of the whole organization. But when you invite elite athletes, you show directly your professional image. Hey, guys, I have an elite team. So I have a transparent contract. I need to pay these people the money. The brands are very happy with you. New Balance, the Adidas, and all the other people are very happy to have the elite athlete program in your team. Hey, guys, I have doping control. So I am very serious organizer. I cannot do anything like that. The only way to compare your race to the World Championship or the Olympic Games is to have the elite athlete program. So my advice is actually open near the marathon diplomacy. So please, everyone, we need to collaborate with each other. We need to work with each other. The cities can collaborate together. The organizers can collaborate together to be closer to each other. And this is actually the power of the force of EMS. And this is an open invitation for the next Congress. We are open for any question to support all the organizers to become a successful big event like Valencia and Barcelona and Marrakesh, of course.
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. It's tough getting a bib now for Valencia Marathon, and no one's going to forget Foyton Tesfay's run from the weekend in a hurry. So, but what are the challenges for race organizers in the elite pathway right now?
No, actually, the big challenge is, first of all, every course is unique. When you talk to the local government and you say, hey, guys, we break the local course record, this is already a big news. The records are participant number and the course records. When we talk to Rich, hey, what is your fast time on the half marathon in Bansan? He will say to you, hey, guys, I ran 59 minutes. You cannot do it if you don't invite the elite athlete program. So actually, to look for the big news and to use positively the elite athlete program is to run a new course record, more visibility in the world. Then for sure you will get more sponsors, and for sure you will get more people from all over the world. So the movement is also looking. I think I don't know if the New York Marathon was the first actually marathon to invite elite athletes, but I think like that. We were talking already about Athens, about Philippides. That's actually the start, the basic. And also we can talk a little bit about the label politic of our partners from World Athletic. Look what happened now in the world. We become more professionals. We have also different categories. You cannot talk about your race like a gold label, a platinum label. You need elite athletes to get this stamp of platinum race. You see how important that is. And that's actually the big money, that's the big contracts of the brands, of the elite athlete. When you are platinum, you have mini points, you get a lot of salary, it is a high contract appearance fee. So the part of the elite athlete is the most professional part of the organization.
So some really important points there, and something that we will again revisit as we go through. Is that, and it's an ongoing, discussion with races and development, is that elite pathway. Thank you, Rashid, for bringing that to life today for us. So, chance to go for it. Have you got a question?
No. It's a question. You talk about yourself that you are a marathoner. I'm also a marathoner. I ran 11 marathons. So I think that in EMS, everyone is a little bit crazy about running. So I had my best marathon time was in Monaco. And then my last marathon was New York 2000. Just to explain that when you are serious with your sport, you have to practice this sport. You cannot have this feeling if you are not a runner. So EMS is actually for all the runners from the runners. Thank you very much, and talk to you shortly, inshallah.
Love that. 11 marathons. Is there a 12th marathon in the future, or is retirement for marathons done?
Maybe 2030, inshallah, then we stop definitely. We need to go 2030 to run all together, a big marathon.
We can go to Thailand to do a marathon.
Yeah, to Vietnam, maybe. Welcome to Vietnam.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. A chance. We're just going to see whether there's any additional questions from our audience or our board members on the call. I think that there's been so many really vital topics that we've discussed and been thoroughly, answered in relation to, by our panelists. Good question here about statistics about women's running. Martha, what is out there at the moment, and maybe what are some of the trends that we've seen over the last few years?
Yes, I took the last ones from this year, and for example, in marathons in Europe, it goes of less than 30%. But for example, the exception is the Tallinn Marathon that has the 60% of women running marathons, because the different distances goes the percentage goes up to 40. And for example, in Morocco is less than 10%. In Mexico is less than 10%. 30%. And in India, less than 15. No, it's 15 to 18% in marathon. So the numbers are growing, but the ones that are still are the United States and Canada, that they goes in some part of their countries over the 50 or 50% of women. So, but in most part of the world, the percentage of women in short distance, like 5, 10, and half marathon, is going up a potentially there are potential races for increasing numbers, because after pandemia the numbers went down very low, but now we are getting back to this kind of to begin to hear this kind of numbers again.
Yeah, that's an interesting discussion. And obviously, I think with all of our topics, we could, look at and timeline the pandemic. Unbelievable to think it's 6 years almost to the day that I think was the global kind of shutdown that obviously impacted the world as we know it, but obviously the the ecosystem of our running events. And it obviously had an impact. Obviously, there were people out running a little bit more during the kind of lockdowns, but there wasn't a sudden return to mass participation running straight away. We've maybe seen a slight delay in that, in terms of it's taken longer than we all thought maybe for the maybe increase in running participation. But I think that's something that we could definitely explore further on, down the line. So, but again, I think it's been a fantastic opportunity, to pick the brains of our superb panelists, Paco, Rat, Martha, and Rashid. But before we do close, we got a chance to listen to Niels for Toronto Congress, the Congress organizers. So Niels, if you're there, I think we've got a PowerPoint for you to talk us through before we do close out the first of our webinars.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for the invitation. I'll try to share my presentation here. Let me see if you can see it.
I wonder if our tech team, they did have it earlier. I wonder whether they might be able to put it on the screen. There we go. I think you're sharing your screen, so you should be good to go. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Nils. I'm the race director for the Midnight Sun Marathon. So I've been working with this race since 1996, and the race I've been a member of AIMS since 1992. I showed us a short video.
I'm not sure I can see the presentation, Niels. I'm not sure. Can our other members see it? I can see a lovely skyline of a snowy mountain.
Yeah, I hope. Did you see the video?
There we go. It's up now.
Okay, I tried to show you the video. I don't know if you saw it or
it didn't come through on mine. But talk us through what the video was showing.
It was showing a short video from the race.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we are proud to host the World Congress of AIMS in June. The Congress will be from 18th to 21st of June. And I hope all of you are ready to get an Arctic experience and get memories for life. The race, the Midnight Sun Marathon, take place on this Saturday, 21st. And if you want to enjoy, you can choose between four different distances. So we have runners from all over the world. About 10,000 runners will take part from 90 different countries. Tromsø is also the gateway to the Arctic, and with a population of 80,000. And the city is far up north, as you know, 350 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle. That means that Tromsø can offer a spectacular nature phenomens like now in the wintertime we have the Northern Lights, and during the midnight sun we have the midnight sun. That means that the sun doesn't set at all from May 21st to July 22nd. So it'll be a sunny day and night. So that's a unique experience you can have in Tromsø. The venue for the Congress will be Scandic Ishavs Hotel, and that is in the city center at the harbor. There's also possibilities to book accommodation, and also at a brand new hotel, the Dock, that opens last year with more than 300 rooms. So I hope all of you are ready. Most of you are already entered for the Congress. So I hope you're ready to go to the Arctic. So don't wait. If you need visa, you should apply very soon and register for the Congress, of course, and make your travel plan. We will pick you up at the airport. The airport is only 10 minutes by car from the city center. So hope to see you all in June in Tromsø. So we look forward to see you in June here in Tromsø. So thank you.
Thank you, Niels. Looks a stunning location, and no better place to spend a bit of time in June. And I think we've all, with the wet weather we've had, need some additional sunshine, or sunlight. So 24 hours a day sounds an invite that none of us can refuse. But I think our tech team do have the video ready to play. So I think if you unshare your screen, Niels, then I think our tech team have the video ready to go.
Yeah.
And there, the Midnight Sun Marathon, and yeah, we've got the video to work thanks to our tech team for making sure that we did get to view the video. I think so good. Well, I think we're on a second viewing of it. So if our tech team are able, there we go, to pause that. Or we're going back through it again.
It doesn't stop at all.
So there we go. Hopefully it is stopped, so we're not going on a virtual loop again. That does bring a close on the first of our, hopefully, our series of AIMS RunVibes webinars. It's been superb again. To say a big thank you to our superb panelists. Big thank you to everyone that's joined us from around the world of running. Hopefully you're leaving better informed. Hopefully, you're even more excited about the future of our fantastic sport that's ever changing. Our next webinar is on the 20th of May. And the title of that is The Future of Marathon in a Changing World. So please do share it with as many people as possible. Those who weren't able to watch this live, this is obviously on YouTube. And so people can go back and watch it in their own time. It's been an absolute honor to host the first of many of our webinars. And again, whatever you've got the rest of the day, I hope you have a sunshine-filled day. And if you're going out for a run, like I'm going to head out for a few miles up on the trails with my my border collie dog. So I hope you get some happy running miles in, and we will see you sometime in the future. So again, from our whole team behind the team here, that have done such great work over the last few weeks and months to make sure this first webinar was a success. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you on the 20th of May. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.